The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed to the AFC Champions League of 2023-2024 and the West region. It's match day 4 in Group E, and FC Istiklol of Tajikistan welcome Persepolis FC from Tehran, Iran. The setting is the Pamir Stadium, and it is not too bad at the moment for Persepolis in the group. They've won 2 out of their 3 matches. FC Istiklol just 1 draw so far, that's all they have to report. And in the previous match day, they were beaten 2-0 by Persepolis. The stadium was opened in 1939. It's been renovated several times since then. 2010, the most recent upgrade to its facilities. And a good crowd starting to file in near the centre circle to really enjoy this meeting between 2 clubs who should really give it their all today, because it's a vital game, frankly, for Istiklol, bottom of the group. A team that made it actually to the round of 16 in 2021, where Persepolis beat them by a 0-0. Now Yahya Gol Mohammadi brings his team to Dushanbe with the hope of picking up 3 points and moving into an even stronger position to get a place in the knockout stages of the AFC Champions League. Persepolis have got a real pedigree in this competition. They were the runners-up in 2018 and 2020, went out in the quarter-finals of 2021, losing to Al Hilal, who have 4 times ended the campaign of Persepolis in the AFC Champions League. They won their 15th league title last season, and they take on Istiklol, who won their 9th title in a row last year. And they've just won the Tajikistan Cup as well about a week ago, beating Ravshan Kulob on penalties, 4-2 after a 1-1 draw. The first trophy for Igor Cherevchenko since he took over at the start of the season. Dushanbe is in the Gisar Valley, surrounded by mountain ranges all around. It's almost on an intersection between the borders with Uzbekistan and Afghanistan. And Dushanbe itself actually means Monday in Tajik. It used to be a Monday marketplace many generations ago, and it's at the confluence of 2 rivers as well, the Vazob and Kofarnihon. It is a really beautiful setting. You get wonderful views of the surrounding mountains from just about anywhere in Dushanbe. It became the capital of Tajikistan in 1924. Kuzand was the capital before that. So with all of that in mind, welcome to Monday on Tuesday in the AFC Champions League. The 2023-2024 AFC Champions League, the flagship club competition in Asia, bringing together the finest clubs from around the continent. And we are now at the Pamir Stadium in Dushanbe, the capital of Tajikistan, as their greatest club, Istiklol, face Persepolis, the reigning champions of Iran. The Tehran Reds are visiting the home of the Lions. And frankly, it was the Reds who roared rather than the Lions when they met in the previous match day. It was a comfortable victory by 2-0 for Persepolis, who are visitors today. Persepolis second in the group. Istiklol are bottom with just 1 draw so far from their 3 games. Strong group of visiting supporters in a city actually that has very strong Persian culture links, particularly linguistically and architecturally. One of the most popular parks in Dushanbe is the Rudaki Park. It's named after a famous Persian poet. So a lot that unites the histories of these two clubs. But they will have to be divided at some point, because only one is guaranteed to go through to the knockout stage of the AFC Champions League. Second might well go through, you just never know. Have reason to be confident. The visitors having played so well in the previous match day. Istiklal's only goal scorer in this season's AFC Champions League is number 12, Senin Sebai. The Ivorian forward found the net in the 3-1 loss to Al Nassr. But they're a tough team to score against, and new signing number 33, Ivan Novoselets, is one reason why. Captains on the left, Alisher Jalilov and Alireza Beranvand on the right. Ahmad Alali of Kuwait is the referee, and his colleague Abdullah Al-Kandari is the head official in charge of the video review system, joined by Hashem Ali Ibrahim. Saeed Sadehi was the key performer for visitors Persepolis when these two teams met on match day 3. The winger scored both goals. And it's a return to Istiklol for number 66, Vahdat Hananov, the defender who left Dushanbe 2 years ago to start a new phase of his career in Tehran. On the bench for the Iranians, a wealth of game changers. In reserve for Persepolis they have at number 11 Daniel Esmailifar, capable of delivering a quality cross or two should they need him later on in the game. Watch also for Joseph Okoro for Istiklol, wearing number 9. The 22-year-old came on as a half-time substitute in the loss to Persepolis. Welcome to Dushanbe in Tajikistan, as Istiklol, the national champions, take on the Iranian national champions Persepolis. Match day 4 of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. And it was on match day 3 that Persepolis welcomed Istiklol to the Azadi Stadium, and they defeated them by 2-0. Both of the goals scored by Saeed Sadehi, who wears number 21 today for the team in white. Istiklol enjoying life at the moment. Supporters very happy after they won the cup. They are the record trophy winners in their country, and they were victorious just a matter of 6 days ago, beating Ravshan Kulob 4-2 on penalties. A tight game, a 1-1 draw, and a first trophy for the new manager who took over in January. There is Said Sadehi, who scored both of those goals on the last match day, and Fatad Hananov, the 23-year-old from Mysore, which is in the west of Tajikistan, 15 kilometres west of Dushanbe itself. He returns to the club that he left a couple of years ago to begin his new career in Tehran. It must be an interesting experience for him, coming back to a stadium that he knows so very well, and to fans who will no longer feel any great affection for him. Just the one goal for Istiklol in the AFC Champions League so far this season. It came from Sebai, wearing number 12. But what they are is, generally speaking, a team that is quite hard to score against. They've invested in the defence with people like Ivan Novoselets. Goalkeeper Rustam Yatamov comes to claim. Igor Cherevchenko, 49, from Dushanbe, played 8 times for the national team in the early 90s, as here was an opportunity going right the way through and committing the foul in the end, Alisher Jalilov. He's another very local player from Latakurak, very near Dushanbe. Rejoined the club, the captain this year after 22 appearances and 2 goals in the top flight of Uzbekistan for Ajmak in the season before. And he has been scoring so many goals yet again after 88 appearances and 45 goals in all competitions in his first spell at the club. We're very pleased to have him back. Hossein Kanani Zagden, wearing number 6 for Persepolis. 7 is Sorush Rafie. It is an opportunity, just bounced over the top of Senin Sebai. I was about to say an opportunity for the dangerous 29-year-old forward to get another Champions League goal. He's been a useful acquisition for them. Left the Israeli leagues at the start of the season. Hananov's ball to Sadehi. Sadehi gets it back, flicking it forward and escaping everyone. Nabil Bahoui. Oh, just comes back off the post, actually. I thought it was going to drift wide. Pressure continues. Here's Mohamed Omri. Rigi. Hananov. Mohamed Omri. And that will be a corner kick to Persepolis. Yahya Gol Mohammadi, 52-year-old who took over in 2020. Was an Asian Games gold medalist as a player back in 2002. Let's have a look back at this chance again. It was well played by Nabil Bahoui, and it actually came off, I think, Artur Katashian. The ball is loose and over from Ali Nemati. Took a touch from an Istiklol player. Sadehi. Dominant start this from Persepolis. And claimed nicely by Rustam Yatamov, making his 18th appearance in the AFC Champions League. Ball in from Mehdi Torabi. It's an in Sebai from Abidjan in the Ivory Coast. He's played in continental competition in Europe. Spells in a number of countries, including Moldova and Romania. Hananov. Beganovic moved the ball on, and that's going to be a foul and a yellow card as well. A little problem early on for Georgi Gvelesiani, player from Tbilisi. Never hugely pleasant to see a player gesticulating for a booking, which is what Amadoni Kamalov was doing, 20-year-old. He's had an interesting couple of years, just rejoined the club after plying his trade in the Spanish lower leagues for a little time. Beganovic. And it goes behind for the first corner kick to the home team. Jenis Beganovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina. The corner will be taken by Ison Panchambe. Goes short to Jalilov. Panchambe's delivery will be claimed, or punched at least, by Alireza Beranvand. Kamalov's ball forward. Sebai had a lot to try to do. The city of Dushanbe actually is named after the Tajik word for Monday, because it was a hugely popular marketplace town going back many, many years. But it has a profoundly Persian link to it, much of the Tajik language and the Persian language overlapping. Actually, many of the same common literary figures and scholars that have influenced the countries going back hundreds of years. All of that sense of camaraderie of absolutely no relevance right now during a football match. Artur Katasyan from Yerevan in Armenia taking the throw. Another of the fascinating ancient cities of the world, Yerevan. It's actually, I believe, one of the most continuously inhabited places on Earth in terms of its longevity. Sadehi's drifted over to the left side. Not an uncommon feature to see him switching flanks. He's a very clever and creative player, the 29-year-old. Good idea to play it to Soroush Rafi, just a little too much of an angle on the ball. Ran ahead of the 33-year-old. Ali Nemati. He has won the free kick, on Panshambe. It was caught by Rafie. '33 years Ivan Novoselec, the 28-year-old Croatian who joined this season from Koper in Slovenia after 2 very good seasons there. First time really in his career of a decade or so as a senior player that he was an absolute cast iron regular. To Katashian, another new signing for Istiklol back in June. Was playing for Van in Armenia, but before that he had a spell in the lovely city of Nicosia in Cyprus. Read well by Novoselec. Comfortable clearance for the veteran. Mehdi Torabi. That's a great piece of play. What a nice turn by Vadat Hananov. It would be a bit of a surprise for him to be scoring. His only goal so far for the club, 95th minute winner at Traktor back in March. He has scored in the Champions League before, but it actually was for Istiklol. Well controlled, turning tightly and giving Rustam Yatimov something to contemplate, which he dealt with without really any sense that he might let it slip past him. Tabrez Islamov, he's misjudged that one. Coming back and dealing with the danger, Ivan Novoselec. Panshambe passing it to Hamadoni Kamalov. Back it goes to the 31-year-old Alireza Beranvand from the rural northwest of Iran in Sarab Eyas, now based in the massive city of Tehran. population of 9 million in the metropolitan area. 24th largest city in the world by its metropolitan zone. Quite a change from life growing up in the northwest of the country. Quite a lot of the Iranian players are from the Caspian Sea region, which is slightly more eastwards from the likes of Berenvand. Forward it will go from Sodishon Kurbanov. Just 20, one of the really bright prospects in the team. And that's a good ball to the back post, nearly pulled. Well, it has actually unwittingly come back to the number 8, Jenish Beganovic. But it looked as though Persepolis spurned a chance to get that ball away because it wasn't hugely accurately touched back. The ball in from Islamov was a promising one to the back post, and number 13, Kamalov, got the angle very slightly wrong in the pullback attempt. Meanwhile, the captain of Istiklol, Alisher Jalilov, shown a yellow card. And now we have Mohamed Omri guilty of the same thing that we saw earlier from an Istiklol player, demanding that the card be shown. Corner kick to Persepolis. Coming over to take it is Said Sadeki. He's enjoying life at his new club, Solishon Kurbanov, having signed from Dinamo Dushanbe this season. Chance to get this back in there, and it's a chance spurned. Jalilov did have an option for a moment on the left wing in Tabriz Islamov. Instead they're going out to the right via Panshambe. Nearly. Velesiani, one of the players, already shown a yellow card. Here is Hussein Kananizagden. He's just recently started his third spell at the club. They can't keep him away and he can't stay away. He just loves playing for Persepolis. He was in Qatar last year and the year before for Al Ahly. Beganovic, well controlled but not well passed. We're getting close to the halfway point of the first half. Let us euphemistically call this a work in progress as a football match. Sadehi. It's understandably a rather nervous game, because for Istiklol, a defeat here would be extremely problematic for them in terms of trying to get up to that second place and to see if they have a chance of getting into the knockout stage, with second place not guaranteed, but first place the only way you can be certain of making it to the later stages of the Champions League. Headed back here by Hananov. Oh, it's a very good ball. If they can control this and use it wisely, and that's the end of that to debate. Well played to Amadoni Kamalov. Little frustrated exhaling from Igor Cherevchenko. He's had several jobs before this, all of them overseas. Nice moment for him now, actually back in the city in which he was born and managing the most successful club in the nation that he represented 8 times between 1993 and 1994. And Dushanbe still has its market tradition alive and well. The Barakat market is probably the most well known. Oh, the ball's been played through and somehow was not defended. It's, I think, a mystery to everyone in the Istiklol team as to how that ball was not thumped clear. A couple of players seem to leave it. Here is Mohamed Omri. Masoud Rigi. Kanani Zagden. It's quite a purposeful delivery that, looking for Vadad Hananov, who is playing in quite an advanced way in this match. He just seems to be somebody who is fiercely determined to get on the scoreboard against his old club. And he's getting quite a bit of space to come forward as well. Maybe not really focusing on him, the Istiklol players perhaps weren't expecting it. And why would you? As I mentioned earlier, he has only scored once for the club. That's lovely play from Tabrez Islamov. Couldn't go any further with it, but it was a very technical piece of footwork. Well, that is not quite going to rebound on the wing for Romesh Jailov. Istiklol with a player down. They felt it was a foul on Kamalov. Just a little too much power on this for Islamov. He has to head out quite far to the left wing. Back on the right flank, Sadehi. Soroush Rafie to Masoud Rigi, important midfielder, functions in a holding capacity but can get forward when he needs to. On the subject of getting forward, there was Mohamed Omri. That's nice control from Sadehi. The game is missing really incisive deliveries into the penalty area at the moment. Turning well, Mohamed Omri. Omri decides to try to go through on his own, and it's going to be a yellow card, one imagines, for Jenis Beganovic. May just be a free kick. Discussions ongoing. The finger is being pointed, the law is being laid down by Ahmad Al Ali, who's decided against a caution. It's not a pleasant challenge, is it, from Jenis Beganovic? I mean, he really is out of control as he slides in. It's verging on a two-footed challenge. And it has handed a free kick in quite a useful position for Persepolis. They really are debating this one, the visitors. One would imagine Said Sadehi will be a likely contender to be involved. Panshambe is the player lying down under the wall to try and block it if it goes low. Well, it's being set up in quite an elaborate way. Lots of discussion. Just coming up to the half-an-hour mark, and a big chance here for Persepolis. Oh, lovely. That was worth all of the discussion, all of the planning. Mehdi Torabi placing it beautifully, curled it beyond Rustam Yatimov. And in what has been a reasonably pedestrian first 30 minutes, that is a moment of exquisite quality from Mehdi Torabi. It is his 5th goal in the AFC Champions League, making it Istiklol 0, Persepolis 1. 31st goal for the club in all competitions. And what very tidy execution from Mehdi Torabi. You have the sight of Panshambe, who was lying on the ground in case it went low, just staring forlornly at the back of the net as Rustam Yatimov stuck his arms in the air and said, "Where were you, defensive wall? What were you up to? Why didn't you help me?" Could they have jumped higher? Potentially. But he took it well, very well. It was a poor challenge from Beganovic to hand the free kick opportunity to the visitors, and it's turned out to be particularly costly. He hasn't scored in the league yet this season, Mehdi Torabi, but he had a very good campaign last time around with 7 goals in 29 appearances. That was his best since the 2019-2020 season for Perse, where he scored 11 in 26. So he's been in greater goal scoring form over the last 12 months than he has for the last few years. Masoudrighi getting close now to 200 appearances in the Persian Gulf Pro League. And still yet to win a trophy. Pretty decent chance of it now that he's with Persepolis as of this year. Evidence there of just how little of the ball Istiklol have seen in the first half. It's been reasonably uneventful for Alireza Beranvand so far. Twice a runner-up in the AFC Champions League. Challenge shaken off. Pass not quite accurate though to Omri. Yatamov takes a touch and doesn't get it away fully. Oh, that's Beranvand making a huge gamble. Goodness me, it's got to be put in now. Eventually he gets back and tips it away from Sebai's shot. Well, Alireza Beranvand has made up for it, but only he knows quite what he thought was going on here. It was goalkeeping that we might put into the unorthodox category, if we're looking for a suitable euphemism. All's well that ends well for the experienced Alireza Beranvand. It took a little while to work the ball into a goal-scoring position, and that just allowed Beranvand to get back. Out it comes to Beganovic. I think that might have been a shot, but it worked out as a very good pass. Oh, that's unfortunate. Novoselet's jumping forward at the same time as Sebai going for the overhead kick. Better here, much better from Istiklol suddenly. He had designs on something very spectacular there, Senin Sebai. And unfortunately, Novoselet was aiming for a powerful header. At the other end, a counter-attack that could really devastate. It's into the side netting. And that would have been a mighty blow for Istiklol after their best spell of the match. Not a particularly strong defensive shape when you consider there were 4 of them. And they all really allowed that through ball to be played by quite a messy line. Header back from Tahananov. Sadehi. Islamov to the captain, Jalilov. Somewhat displeased with the decision, Yahya Gol Mohammadi. One would imagine quite pleased with how his team has played. They would have been delighted if Mehdi Torabi had managed to get his second with that breakaway chance. Now Jalilov, rather snatched at it. I think it might have taken a touch though, and it has done. Forward comes Artur Katashian, also Ivan Novoselets. The captain, Alisher Jalilov, to deliver the in-swinging corner kick for Istiklol as we creep closer towards the half-time intermission. Going short to Panshambe, and all really wasted there by Istiklol, overcomplicated without much structure to it, allowing Persepolis the chance to break. That's nicely played into Omri. Suddenly a little sense of the game stretching these last couple of attacks. Panshambe's ball to Jalilov, he controls it nicely, taking it away from Hananov. Sebai, and then struck quite tamely from Amadoni Kamalov. Yet to score in the AFC Champions League. Pretty relieved Ali Reza Beranband, one imagines, after that rather strange piece of coverage of his area. But ultimately a comfortable save from Senin Sebai's shot. Tajikistan separated from Iran by Turkmenistan and Afghanistan, just over the other side of those countries, with Uzbekistan also sharing a border, that little area near Dushanbe that is close to the Uzbek and Afghan border. Chasing it is Islamov, but it's easily Hananov's to control well and then to completely give away. Strange defending from Vedad Hananov. He did the difficult bit well. Well, that's a touch unfortunate. The youngster, Sladishan Gurbanov, couldn't do anything about it really. He's played once for the national team already. He's a defender they have quite high hopes for, coming through in the next generation. Mehdi Torabi's corner kick, thumped clear by Sebai. Still just that one moment of real clarity of ball striking from number 9, Mehdi Torabi. A very nice free kick that curled its way beyond Rustam Yatamov. Omri. Now he's been fouled and a yellow card is the only possible conclusion to that. So John Kurbanov knew what he was doing, knew that it would result in a yellow card despite his rather half-hearted protests. It's an absolutely deliberate foul. No attempt whatsoever is made to play the ball. And Mohamed Omri was close to bursting through there. Hananov, who's had a good first half. He's looked quite confident and is playing with a lot of forward momentum, a desire to get into attacking positions on his return to Dushanbe. Happy to waste time as we get close to half-time. Alireza Berenband. Hananov overhits it. There was a moment there where Mohamed Omri was in space. Kantashian. We will soon discover how much time is to be added on at the end of the first half. Three minutes coming. Chest back from Saeed Sadeh. He was not capitalised upon. Chance for Persepolis to hold the ball, but they're giving it back to Istiklol. Islamov. Well blocked by Hananov. but this has fallen loose to Kamalov. He turns well, finds Islamov, and it almost made its way to Senin Sebai. Perhaps a little fortune there for the visitors. Can Istiklol create a game-changing chance? That was the right ball, flicked on from Kamalov out onto the wing. They've got to get it in. Just lacked a little impetus there and the chance to put the ball in. Well, it's come back now, but headed behind by Hananov. Perhaps too much of a delay in sending that into the Persepolis penalty area. Jenish Beganovic. Oh, and then a miscommunication between Ivan Novoselets and Romish Jailov. Both seem to leave the ball for each other. And he's had that happen already, Novoselets, but at the opposite end of the spectrum in the Persepolis penalty area when both he and Senin Sebai went for the ball. So maybe this time he was holding back. In the city of Dushanbe, surrounded by mountains. Just the one peak in this first half. Mehdi Torabi's excellent free kick in what otherwise has been a contest of troughs. There were some opportunities here and there for Istiklol, no doubt about that. They just couldn't quite get things right in the opposition penalty area. Senin Sebai having their best chance after Alireza Beranvan's slightly strange moment of goalkeeping was followed by a very good moment of goalkeeping to make sure that his team have not conceded thus far. As ever, Istiklol are hard to score against. As ever, they are not creating too many chances. At half-time, Istiklol 0, Persepolis 1.
Player number 9, Torabi. By player number 9, Torabi.
Persepolis.
in Dushanbe. Istiklol trail at half-time by 1-0. Persepolis scoring through that gentleman, Mehdi Torabi, a lovely free kick. Unquestionably the finest moment of quality in the match. He had a chance, a good one. Alireza Berenvand, who engineered the chance for him, ended up getting back in goal to stop it. The second half has begun. In possession, Persepolis. They're in possession of a 1-goal advantage too. Mehdi Torabi's free kick in the 29th minute, curling its way over the wall and beyond Rustam Yatamov. Chances have occurred for Istiklol. A few of them here and there, but not too many really clear goal-scoring opportunities for either team. This might be another one. Berenvand alert out of goal quickly to deny Sebai. You're watching Group E of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. Persepolis will move to 9 points if they hold on and win this. Istiklol will remain at the foot of the table on just 1 point from 4 matches. There was a nasty collision there. It was a powerful jump from Sebai. The Persepolis players believe there was a use of the arm as he jumped. Istiklol is the Tajik word for independence. And they are the most successful team in the country. They're quite independent from everyone else in the league, winning it for the 9th time in a row last season. A record of 11 titles all in all, to the 15 won by Persepolis. But we bear in mind that there is quite a difference in terms of the longevity of the clubs, as it's a rather messy start to the half. Players going to ground left, right and centre. Persepolis were founded 55 years ago. And that was as a football club, but the original sports club the football club evolved out of, believe it or not, was Persepolis amateur bowling team. And that was about 5 years before the creation of the football club. In contrast, Istiklol have only been around since late 2007. That's why their record is all the more impressive in terms of how they've dominated domestically. Elesiani. Rigi plays it back to the Georgian central defender, who can play in a defensive midfield role as well. And he's been in Iran for a little while now, played for 3 years at Sepahan before moving last year to Persepolis. Torabi, the only goal scorer, and he's been fouled. Well, rather disrespectful and sarcastic applause from Jenis Beganovic. Not happy at all with the decision of Ahmad Al-Ali. To which it is clear that Ahmad Al-Ali doesn't care in the slightest. He's a useful deliverer of free kicks from this sort of position, Mehdi Torabi. In-swinger here for the likes of Vadat Hananov. Can he make it count? That is a good ball, but it was dealt with at the near post by Senin Sebai. That's not the first time he has been the last line of defence. Torabi, that's an excellent pass. And Ivan Novoselets just about did enough to prevent Mohamed Omri from having a clear run on goal and a chance to beat Rustam Yatimov, but the pass was lovely. Novoselets has played in Slovenia, Finland and Croatia. He actually started his career not in his home country but in Slovenia, and went back there recently to Koper, where he played in the Europa Conference League last season. It is a lovely little city, Koper. One of its major sporting events every year is an annual gymnastics competition, which is hugely popular and well attended. A World Challenge Cup event. Just 2 matches to go for each of these teams after this one is done. Top in the group guaranteed a place in the knockout stages. The second place team having to wait and see if it's good enough. Looked like a foul, and the referee agreed, penalising Vadat Hananov. Novoselets with a throw, flicked on by Masoud Rigi. Sadehi, who scored both of the goals in the previous match day when Persepolis won 2-0. Good ball. A chance here for Romish Jailov. He chooses to cut inside. Sebai picks it up. It's back out now with Kamalov. Kamalov's cross is brilliant. Must be. What a good save from Alireza Beranvan. Tabrez Islamov, the player forward. He's only scored 3 goals in his entire career for the club. Perhaps he's guilty of putting it rather at Alireza Beranvan, but nonetheless, that was good goalkeeping and important goalkeeping. and a very well articulated move from the home team, something to lift the crowd, to provide a little vigour to this game. A wonderful chance for the 25-year-old. That's good quality keeping from the captain. And he is fully aware of what a fine chance it was. He rejoined the club last year, Tabrez Islamov, from a spell at Narva-Trans in the easternmost point of Estonia. And before that he had a 5-year spell in the first team at Istiklol. He came up through the youth team, won the league 4 times with them, was in the squad that made it to the AFC Cup final. And it's been good to see him having a better time of things in terms of his own health, because he had a bad knee injury last year, missed a chunk of the season. The free kick goes against Sayed Sadehi. Touched away by Masoud Rigi. Ali Nemati being pressurised by Jailov, and touched back well by Surush Rafie. Got to be careful not to overwork this ball around their own area though, the visitors. There's exactly what happened. Kamalov must play it back and does to Jailov. That's a good ball, and Berenvand was all over it. Assertive goalkeeping. He was part of the Iranian national team that recently won the Central Asian Nations Cup. He's played at 2 FIFA World Cup finals as well. And all of this coming on the day of Alireza Berenvand's 50th appearance in the AFC Champions League. Rafie. Long from Berenvand. Easily defended by Kurbanov. Now changes may well be coming soon for Istiklol as Igor Cherevchenko explores options perhaps like Chervony Mabatshoev. Joseph Okoro potentially. Maybe Shakrom Suleimanov. Here is Alisher Jalilov. And we now are close to the last 30 minutes of the contest. Nothing yet to rival the chance he had in the first half. Might have been a tug on the shirt there of Nabil Bahoui, but the flag up anyway for offside. We haven't seen a great deal of Nabil Bahoui wearing number 99 in the game so far. Just his second start since joining the club from Qatar Sports Club in September. Well, he might as well hold his arms up in the air, Amadoni Kamalov, but he had them all over his opponent's back there, so no doubt about it. Beganovic. Oh, that's fallen to Kamalov. Well, the Persepolis defenders look at each other in confusion. They gave Amadoni Kamalov a gift there. Much debate as to how Sebai's layoff was not intercepted. There's Berenvand chastising his colleagues. They would do well to heed the counsel of the captain there. That wasn't their finest moment defensively in the match. And Kamalov probably should have hit the target. They've got to be vigilant for this potential overworking of the ball around the penalty area with a narrow lead and with Istiklol desperate to equalise. Ferociously challenged by Novoselets. Well, interesting the direction that's gone. Nabil Bahoui feeling that he was the one fouled. Well, you can see his case. It was rather messy. And Kulbanov has to be careful because he has already been shown a yellow card. Beganovic. Good judgment there to play that out to Romish Jailov. His ball comes in and is cleared by the former Istiklol player Vahdat Hananov. He's got most things right so far today. He's a very ambitious young player, Hananov. His heart set on continental success as a yellow card is shown to Tabrez Islamov. And there's a little intemperance being shown by some of the players. Oh, well, it's all a little silly, isn't it? He walks into Mehdi Torabi, who gives it a good old ostentatious flopped down to the grass. But you have to say, from his perspective, it's a dangerous game to play, to walk into your opponent like that, because it allows for interpretation to be made about whether it was violent conduct or not. I think it would be a bit of a stretch to say it was there. Panchambe. Paganovic moved it on, and it comes in, and a great leap from Velesiani. Sees the danger away as Alisher Jalilov decided to write a small fantasy novel there with that effort. He's never particularly likely to beat the goalkeeper. Islamov on the diagonal, cut out comfortably by Ali Nemati. And those sort of balls really are easy for someone like Ali Nemati. He's a strong jumper. Romish Jailov. Kamalov passes to Sebai, back to Kamalov. He can't get the shot away. It bobbled around in between his feet, and now he's committed a foul. Another nearly moment for Istiklol, another frustrating one for the home side. A shake of the head from Kamalov. His first touch wasn't strong, it seemed to career off his shins. Now Vahid Amiri is going to replace the goal scorer, Mehdi Torabi. So it's winger for winger. The vice-captain, Vahid Amiri, coming on. And we look back at the strongest moment of quality in the game so far, that well-struck free kick. A sense from Rustam Yatamov's point of view that the wall was not as aggressive in trying to get that ball cleared. I think the goalkeeper felt afterwards by his reaction that he was not given sufficient protection by his outfield teammates. First touch for Vahid Amiri. Here he is, the vice-captain who was born in Daraya Badam in the west of Iran, a small village. And he's got space to pull it back. It's cut out by Ivan Novoselets. The man who has a law degree, undertaking his studies during the early years of his professional career. And this is his 51st AFC Champions League appearance. The 50th was in the previous meeting with Istiklol at home, the Azadi Stadium. Amidi, Rafie, Velesiani, as Persepolis play patiently and are content to play patiently as they seek to tempt Istiklol to come forwards and create space like this. Here is Amiri. That's a good ball to Sadehi, picked up by Omri. Sadehi was a well-constructed move, just needed a little more acuteness of angle on the shots. Still no changes employed by Igor Cherevchenko. The only substitute so far for either side, Vahid Amiri. Unexpected little blast of orchestration there over the PA system. Now here comes the arrival of Shahrom Suleimanov. I mentioned him as one of the likely substitutions as a first go-to solution for Igor Cherevchenko, and the manager seems that way inclined. Controlled by Bahoui. And here is Amiri. Omri. Rafie. No great pace to the play of Persepolis at the moment. Content to come away from this with a tough 1-0 win. Kept well by Kamalov. Kamalov slotting the pass through. It's great play. It's a super goal. Senin Sebai. The only player for Istiklol who had scored in this season's AFC Champions League coming into the game has got his second of the campaign. Istiklol 1, Persepolis 1, and maybe Persepolis paying for a desire to sit back on that lead. The home team have levelled. The fans have come to life in the Pamir Stadium in Dushanbe. He's thrilled, the Ivorian. And he got a great delivery from Kamalov. It will be reviewed to see if he was onside. His finish, that needs no second glances. It was excellent. There we go. It has been confirmed, and he's thrilled. Senin Sebai timed it perfectly. A 74th minute equalising goal from the new signing this summer. And now it is to see whether Istiklol can use its momentum to go and win the game. So much credit in that goal has to go to Amadoni Kamalov, because his weighting of the pass was perfect. Here he is again. Needs to play this out to the right, surely. There it is to Panshambe. And then Alisher Jalilov with the ball that was difficult to bring under control. But it was the right move again from Kamalov. Just perhaps floated a little too much by Esson Panshambe. Causing a little pain, that attempt. Tadros Islamov coming over to lend a helping hand. They're suddenly enjoying themselves. The Istiklol fans. And we haven't, as a result, had the change yet. Back on is Amadoni Kamalov. He also was in some discomfort after that attack. But it's Persepolis who are feeling uncomfortable now. Have they wasted an opportunity to pick up 3 points? We're in for a most intriguing finish to the game. One imagines that we're going to see Istiklol really push to win this. They've got to pick up a victory if they are really to challenge for a place in the knockout stages realistically. Sebai, great pass to Amadoni Kamalov, who chooses to cut inside. He's got an option. That's a wonderful ball. Oh, what a good save from Berenvand. Excellent football. Alisher Jalilov, the player on the end of it. But really some lovely football, crisscrossing across the pitch from Istiklol there. Finest move really in the whole match, that. Sebai to Kamalov. And Jalilov not finding the power or the height to really bother Alireza Berenvand. And now we'll see Persepolis make further changes. Milad Salak and Shahab Zahedi preparing to make an appearance. Hossein Kanani Zagden coming off to be replaced by Milad Salak. Or is he? We're also going to see Daniel Esmailifar. There's a bit of a lack of clarity about the substitutions. Daniel Esmailifar is on, the 30-year-old. Can play in a defensive role or a midfield one. Nabil Bahoui has departed for Shahab Zahedi. The 28-year-old on loan from Zoria Luhansk in Ukraine has come on. We've also got Milad Salak there. So 3 substitutions made in one go by Yahya Gol Mohammadi. A real sense now that the energy in this game is with the home team. Nemati. Gelesiani.
Substitution for Persepolis, player number 6, Jose Zamani, replaced by player number 10, Milad Salak, and player number 99, Nabil Baroui, replaced by player number 20, Sharaf Zawidi.
Soros Rafie, the other player who went off. And meanwhile, here is Sebai. It will be a corner kick to Istiklol. A useful little touch from Kamalov. The home team continues to threaten. Suddenly, they are invigorated. All of that after his excellent contribution. Amadoni Kamalov really has run himself to near exhaustion, and he deserves a bit of a rest. Shahram Suleimanov, the 26-year-old from the city of Dushanbe, comes on. A straight midfield to midfield switch for Igor Cherevchenko's players. Alisher Jalilov straight into the near post. All too easy to clear. That is the first touch for Suleimanov. Spent some time as a youth player at a range of clubs, including TJK Helsinki. First involvement for Daniel Esmailifa, playing for the 34th time today in the AFC Champions League. No question that was a foul by Masoud Rigi. He had a good chance, Alisher Jalilov, at the end of that very nice move, assisted by Kamalov, who's been the most high-impact player for Istiklol, as the goalkeeper claims it at the second attempt. The two captains pressurising each other. Milad Salak wearing number 10. Persepolis now looking like the team that really is hanging on. Jalilov going long for Sebai. Partially dealt with by Nemati, but Sebai is fouled. Certainly tripped by Ali Nemati. And Sebai will be made to step off the pitch to receive treatment. Ivan Novoselets was just trying to drum up the crowd and get them making a bit more noise. And they're going to make some noise now for Chervony Mabatshoev to come on. And indeed, that is, I think, the last involvement of Senin Sebai in this match. Having scored the equalising goal, he's replaced by a young forward from Dushanbe, Chervony Mabatshoev, who joined the club a couple of years ago. And we remind ourselves of the excellent quality of Sebai's finish. He's well overhit. It was actually Artur Kartashian who wrestled control of the ball back to Panshanbe. It is a corner kick. Persepolis with a chance after absorbing a lot of pressure from Istiklol to try to deliver a parry riposte. That's well defended. And that's well won back by Jalilov. Big sprint forwards from the substitute, that's why he was brought on. The freshness of Shahram Suleimanov. Played quickly on by Kartashian. And that should be comfortable to be shepherded behind by Kvelesiani. Chervony Mabatshoev started at Bakchi and then went to CSKA Pamir Dushanbe before joining Istiklol a couple of years ago. He scored 12 goals in 19 games in the league last season. He hasn't been quite as free to score this time. Has also scored 3 times for the national team. All of it in a 3-day period in June of last year. A couple against Myanmar and one against Singapore in Asian Cup qualification. And the Asian Cup is coming up in Doha in January. And stoppage time is also coming up in this match as we work our way towards the last minute of normal time. And as a second half, it's had a little more intensity to it. Mohamed Milad Surgi, young player coming on, 21-year-old. Opportunity perhaps for Mohamed Milad Surgi to really establish himself in this competition. He's been a late substitute twice already in the AFC Champions League. Only made his first team debut in August. He's somebody that they are quite carefully dropping into the first team as and when they can. Kvelesiani. Salak. Now into additional time. 7 minutes. Time enough for somebody to win this match. Oh, that's really well covered by the substitute, Daniel Ismailifa. So important that he stretched out and deflected that away. Alireza Berenvand, who was having a pretty enjoyable 50th AFC Champions League appearance until Amadoni Kamalov's excellent pass found Senin Sebai. Now that's really nicely dealt with by Ivan Novoselets. He's been such an important acquisition for Istiklol defensively. He brings a certain ferocity in the air. He's quick as well. And this one is to Sadehi, who's scored twice in the previous match day. Now the substitute, Surgi. And in the cross goes. It's going to be with Milad Salak, but play has stopped. It's gone against Persepolis. Still 4 minutes of additional time to be played. It's not quite going to run. Crowd got really excited for a moment as Shevoni Mabatshoev charged it down with gusto. Berenvand urging forward movement from the Persepolis players, and that was a very important intervention once again from Novoselets. Actually on that occasion I think it was Kurbanov. Clumsy challenge from Kvelesiani. Rustam Yatamov puts it long and frankly nowhere. Sadehi, Masoud Rigi. Time is running out for both of these teams. Is this an opportunity for Suleimanov to find the right sort of pass? He wasn't too far away from it. Ball played him really nicely and controlled as well by Omri. Omri out to Sadehi. Good crossing position. The goalkeeper is very alert. It's really nicely claimed by Rustam Yatamov, but the flag up anyway. Makes it all immaterial, but he wasn't to know that. Really clasped his fingertips around that. But there is some concern here after that landing. It's the youngster Sodishon Kurbanov. Well, there will, one imagines, be a little more time added on, courtesy of the treatment for Kurbanov. Can the home team snatch a victory right at the end and really bring life to what has been a troubled AFC Champions League campaign this season? Well, that was well won by Velesiani. He did extremely well to win the sprint ahead of Arta Kartashian, because we all know it's difficult keeping up with the Kartashians. Sadehi. Sadehi's ball lacked the right sort of distance, and it may well be that that's the last opportunity, come and gone. His return to Dushanbe, to his old club. Looks as though it's going to be one that sees these teams inseparable at full time. There is sufficient time for Rustam Yatimov to restart, but that may be all. Clear foul by Panchanbe. Well, there was a fair amount of treatment to Kurbanov, so there is going to be an opportunity for Persepolis to get this into the penalty area. Now is the time for a high-quality delivery from Daniel Ismailifa. But he has options. Can he find them? Ismailifa deep into stoppage time. The goalkeeper makes a bold decision, and it was a good one. Rustam Yatimov with a punch away. Still, play goes on. We approach the 100th minute of the match. And the ball is flicked on, it might be put in. Hananov couldn't bring it under control. Nobody could bring it under control. It is still going to be a Persepolis ball. For a moment, some of the Istiklol fans would have been watching thinking, oh, it's going to be him. Of course it's going to be him. It would be our old player, wouldn't it? It still might be. Saeed Sadehi looks to provide one last good opportunity, and Yatimov dealt with it brilliantly. At the conclusion of this contest in Dushanbe, it is a point for each of these teams. A well-taken free kick by Mehdi Torabi in the first half, giving Persepolis the lead. And then later on in the game, in the 74th minute, a wonderful ball by Amadoni Kamalov found Senin Sebai, and the Ivorian scored his second AFC Champions League goal of the season. There were some opportunities for Istiklol to perhaps win the game, and maybe a sense from Persepolis that they didn't quite do enough to push for a second goal when they were leading. It is a useful result for Istiklol, but it's not quite as helpful as the 3 points would have been. at the conclusion of this contest in Dushanbe. It is a point for each of these teams. It finishes Istiklol 1, Persepolis 1.